Hi candidate, to the interview. You can start speaking anytime. During the interview. Hi recruiter 1. To the interview. You can start speaking anytime. During the interview if Hi Abhishek. Welcome. I'm George, and I'll be interviewing you today for the supply chain analyst role. To start off, could you briefly walk me through your background and tell me how your experience aligns with this position?
Yes, so I've been working as a supply chain analyst, and my daily task involves me to do different kind of analysis on a daily basis. Would you like to know anything specific?
Thanks, Abhishek. Could you give me a concise overview of your experience, specifically focusing on your technical and analytical skills, and how they relate to improving supply chain efficiency and cost savings? Then we'll dive into some detail-oriented questions.
So I have experience in analyzing supply chain data using tools like SQL, Python, BI platforms to identify inefficient and optimized processes. And I focus on demand and forecasting inventory optimization and performance tracking on a daily basis. Apart from that, by leveraging data-driven insights, I've improved turnaround times and I've also reduced costs and enhanced overall operation efficiency at my organization currently.
Thanks for the overview, Abhishek. Let's start with something detailed. In your Score Me KYC project, explain the specific cost, time, and error rate metrics you collected to prove a 70% profit increase.
Well, to do that, mainly what I did at SCOME was I tracked the cost per verification. I then average. I also calculated the average processing time and error rejection rates by automatic validation and reducing manual checks and processing time drops. Basically, also checking the processing time. I was able to find out the different issues, and then I was able to decrease the processing time significantly. Errors were decreased, operations costs were lowered. These improvements increased the throughput and approval rates and directly contributed to the overall increase of 70%.
Understood. Which statistical test did you run to ensure the improvement wasn't due to random variation?
So the major statistical test that I used was A/B testing framework with two sample t-tests to compare key metrics like processing time and cost before and after the changes. For categorical outcomes like error rates, I validated results using a chi-square test. This ensured that improvements were statistically significant and not due to random variations over there.
Great detail, thanks. Now, let's move on to a hands-on scenario. Now look at this inventory heat map. Describe the key inefficiency you spot and the first analytic you would run to quantify it.
Um, Well, the key inefficiency is the inventory imbalance. Some locations show overstock while others indicate stockouts or low availability. The suggestion, this suggests poor demand supply alignment. I'd run a stock to demand ratio analysis by location and SKU and comparing inventory levels against historical demands to qualify overstocking and understocking gaps, basically.
Good observation. Which data transformation would you apply before modeling turnover trends?
Can you repeat the question in more detail?
Sure. Before modeling turnover trends, which data pre-processing or transformation steps would you specifically apply, such as normalization, aggregation by time intervals, removing seasonality, or handling outliers, to ensure accurate and insightful trend analysis on this inventory data?
So before modeling turnaround trends, I'd clean and standardize data, handle missing values. I would remove duplicates, then I would normalize the skew and location formats, then align time series consistent intervals, aggregate at required levels, and treat outliers. Apart from that, I'd also create features like rolling averages, seasonality indicators, and stock to demand ratio for better trend accuracy. That's what I would do generally. Yeah.
Okay, please go ahead. Do let me know if you need me to chime in or carry the interview forward at any time.
Hey, George, I want you to ask one scenario-based question, like you see, since it's a supply chain. come up with a scenario where there were a logistic challenges, and then ask one question on that.
Absolutely. Abhishek, imagine a scenario where due to a last-minute supplier delay, a critical shipment for an ongoing project will be late by 3 days. Walk me through how you would analyze and mitigate the impact on delivery efficiency, customer satisfaction, and operational costs.
In that scenario, I would first access the impacted orders, SLAs, and inventory buffers to quantify risk. Then run a delay impact analysis on timelines and costs. Mitigation includes relocation and basically relocating the stock. Im- uh, I would also, in my analysis, include alternate suppliers or partial shipments. I would proactively communicate with stakeholders, update ETAs, and monitor KPIs to minimize disruption. And I would also maintain customer satisfaction by doing so over there. Yeah.
Hey, George, let's end the interview, George. Thank you.
Thank you, recruiter. Abhishek, thanks for your time and your detailed answers today. The hiring team will be in touch with your interview results soon. Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. Thank you.